storyteller. Today I'd like to tell you a story about a spider. His name was Anansi. Anansi was a very clever, very tricky spider. Now Anansi loved stories, but at that time all the stories in the world belonged to Naomi, the sky god. He kept them in a golden box at the foot of his throne way up in his cloud palace. One day, Anansi decided to go and visit Naomi and ask for the stories. We're going to cast a web from the ground way up to the cloud palace. Put your thumbs together like this and wiggle your fingers. Now with me, we'll cast that web ground, above the trees, way up to the clouds above. Do you think you can do that? Put your thumbs together like this and wiggle your fingers as we go up, above the ground, above the trees, way up to the clouds above. And when Anansi got to the cloud palace, he spoke to Naomi. And when he'd finished, Naomi laughed. His laugh was like thunder. Ooh, 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 ooh. Very well, little spider. I will give you the stories of the world, but in exchange of 3 things. The 3 things Naomi asked for would be very difficult to come by. In exchange for the stories, he asked Anansi to bring him a saber, the leopard, a moro, the hornet with a sting like fire, a motto, the fairy no man ever sees. And Anansi was still thinking about these 3 very difficult problems the next day when he was out in the forest and met a saber with terrible teeth. Greetings, Anansi. You are just in time to be my lunch. All be will be, thought Anansi. But first, let us play a game. Now, Anansi is a very clever spider, and he knows that a saber is 11 terrible teeth. He also knows that a saber loves games. This is the game they played. Anansi took a long pine creeper and wrapped it around the foolish leopard's paws into the tall palm tree, ready to take to Naomi. This is an excellent game. Let me go and I will tie you up. Anansi said, there you'll stay till I'm ready to take you to Naomi. First, the 3 difficult problems we completed. Next, Anansi went looking for the saber, the hornet with a sting. Is, of course, hornet is a kind of a wasp or bee. Do you know what kind of noise they make? A kind of a buzzing noise, isn't it? Show me your little wings and make a noise like a bee. A bit like this. And Nancy, his spider. He went to the hornet's nest with a bottle, began throwing water over the hornets. Quickly, little hornets, fly into my bottle. The monsoon rains have come early this season, and if you do not, you will surely drown. The foolish hornets flew into Anansi's bottle. They flew out of their home and into the bottle. And Anansi sealed them inside. Thank you, Anansi, said the hornets. Now that we are safe, you might let us go. But Anansi said, There you'll stay. I'm ready to take you to Naomi. The second 3 difficult challenges completed. Finally, Anansi went to the place where fairies like to eat and dance. By and by to that place came a motto, the fairy no man ever sees, and found lying asleep upon the ground. Baby. Hello, little baby, said the fairy to the baby. The baby said nothing. The fairy was worried by this. Little baby, speak to me when I speak to you. The baby said nothing. The fairy was most concerned. Little baby, if you do not speak to me, I will have to roll you over to see that you are okay. Now, the baby did not speak because it could not. You see, Anansi had made the baby out of a particularly tacky, sticky glue. It was a gum baby, but the fairy didn't know that. It reached out a hand and found that it was immediately stuck to the baby. Let me go, said the fairy to the baby. The baby said nothing. Give me back my hand or I will take it back. But the baby did not give back its hand. The fairy tried to take it and found that its other hand was now stuck to the baby. It was becoming increasingly angry. If you do not let go of my hand, I will take it back. He put one of its feet into the baby's chest and found that now its foot was stuck to the baby. Give me back my foot! It put its other foot into the baby's chest and now found it was completely stuck. Baby. From behind a bush, Anansi appeared. Oh, Anansi, said the fairy, let me go. This has been a fine joke. Let me play it upon you. Anansi said, there you'll stay till I'm ready to take you. Naomi. Next day, Anansi cast a web from the ground up to the sky palace. You ready to cast a web with me? Hold your thumbs together and wiggle your fingers as we go. Above the ground, above the trees, way up to the clouds. And when he reached the cloud palace, he presented the 3 prizes to Naomi. Naomi laughed. His laugh was like thunder. Very good, little spider. You have earned your stories. And so Anansi took the stories of the world from the cloud palace back to his village. When he reached his village, he opened Naomi's golden box, and out flew the stories of the world, and they found new homes in each and every one of us. That, my friends, is why we all have favorite tales. Give yourselves a big clap and a pat on the back. I hope you've enjoyed this story. My name's John. You'll find me at john-kirk.co.uk on Facebook and on Twitter. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find more stories to enjoy with your family. But for now, bye-bye!